So hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. This week you join me out on the bank and we're in search of silvers on the float. So the water you do join me on today is CHESHIRE on the Limb Anglers ticket. As you can see on screen now, a beautiful looking venue, nice access to the water with the car park being so close, and the pegs are nice and comfortable. So normally I'm quite organised in my angling and I know exactly what I'm doing each weekend. This weekend though I was a bit undecided, so we decided to just jump in the car with the seat box, the float rod, and see where it took me. And today it's taken me to the beautiful CHESHIRE. Let's waste no time at all, let's take a look at the setup and see how we're going to approach it. Before we do get into the video, just a big shout out to the family that came past before. My foot is killing me, the hook that was in my welly, but it was great to meet people who watch the blog. And again, thank you very much for being so nice on the bank when I do bump into you guys. I can't remember your names because my memory is terrible, but it was great to bump into you. So the car park is literally just around the corner. You can see nice easy access. A couple of lads on fishing for the carp there, having a bit of a social. And panning round you can see a beautiful venue. We've got the seat box today, there's a float already set up in the margin and nice and comfortable. It's about midday, so we haven't got loads of time, just the afternoon. Looking at the peg, we're going to be targeting the silvers in that dark water there. So just a gentle chuck on the waggler, nice and easy. I've put a few bits of maggot out, and there's a couple of bubbles coming up already, so I'm excited to make a start. The grebe is working in this area, so there's definitely fish about. So looking at the side tray, we've got plenty of red maggot, and that's going to be the bait we're going to concentrate on. I've mixed up a bit of pellet because there are bream in the venue, so I'm going to put a bit of that in. And obviously if we want to target better quality fish, we've got some corn as well, but we're going to be concentrating on the maggot and a little bit of pellet to begin with. The rod that we're using is the Cordon Glide in 13 foot, and on there I've got a switch reel with 4-pound line. Down to the business end, I've got a simple float set up with 2 float stops holding it in place. We've got a Visi Wag that's going to give a nice fall in the water, and we'll see it against that dark backdrop in the silver water. On the line we're going to put a number 8 shot, and we've got a tiny size 20 hook. So I'm just starting by taking it nice and easy, a few maggots just over the top of that float just to try and ease my way into the swim. You just don't know with these venues, you know, what's in front of you and what type of day you're going to have. The venues that we go where there's big heads of roach and quality, we can really attack, but today just going to take it nice and easy. So I've been drip feeding the swim, as you can see, just a little bit of bait for about 10 or 15 minutes, and we're just into the first bite. It's only a small fish, and great though to get the first bite of the session. And of all the fishing I do, the days where they open the door and I don't know where I'm going are always the ones that I enjoy, because you just don't know where you're going to end up. This morning getting in the car, where I was going to end up I didn't know. I just kept on driving and looking. With angling I always seem to end up on the place I want to be on that day, and that's a beautiful little rud. The first fish, let's get it straight back. Great to get the first fish. We're back out. I've put a few maggots over the top. Conditions do keep changing. You've got the motorway that's loud. It's a bank holiday weekend, so the banks are busy, but it is a beautiful place to wet a line, and hopefully there's 1 or 2 more fish to come. And that one is slightly a bit better, a nice little dumpy roach and in perfect condition. There'll be them people on the channel that think he caught 20-pound carp last week, why isn't he back on that lake? Well, to answer that, I'm probably the last of the generation that grew up on the canals. I probably didn't know what a bolt rig was till I was about 18 or 19. For me, I love doing this type of fishing. I could catch these fish all day long. And for me, I love catching them carp, but I'm just as happy sat here on the waggler catching these silvers. It's a type of fishing that I really do love and takes me right back to being a kid on the banks of the canal. And hopefully through the rest of my angling, that'll stay with me. So we've been getting plenty of bites like you've seen, and there's 1 or 2 fish now arrived in the swim, and yeah, getting plenty of bites on this beautiful mere. You can see fish topping all around, and another plump rudd in the palm. Shakely Mere, most well known for its carp and its one big catfish, but there are other things to go at as well. Just up in the feed now, putting a bit more of that corn in and the pellet, hoping for the bream, but it has improved the quality slightly of the fish. It is a bite of shuck and a palm full of rudd. Busy fishing on a beautiful mere. We've been getting plenty of bites, and then Mr. Grebe appeared over here, and Mrs. Grebe come down here, and they went straight through the swim. So it has gone a bit quiet now. There's nothing you can do about it. They don't even spook off, and they don't seem to come up with anything. But obviously, with the stamp of fish we're catching, they're not going to stick around. So put a bit of bait in, and hopefully them fish will move back in, and we can have a good end to the day. So towards the end of the session, them fish moved back in, and we kept on getting bites right till the very end. As you can see, a nice net of fish in just a few hours on this little mere. So I do hope you have enjoyed this week's blog, coming on Shakely Mere with me to catch those silvers on a short session. Of course, there are plenty more places we could have gone today, but isn't that the beauty of fishing, that you can open your front door and you don't know where it's going to end up. I really do hope you've enjoyed this week's blog. All that remains is to wish you all tight lines in your own fishing, and we'll catch you all next week. Tight line.